My name is Kelly, and I'll be talking to you about the transformation to social emotional learning in our network. I used to think that social emotional learning was synonymous with behavior management, and in order to support children's development, you had to have a strong behavior management system in the classroom, such as token economy, PBIS, some kind of system. However, it is really much more than that. It is more than the lessons we teach, it's more than the behavior management system we have in place, and it's more than rewards. And you can see the children in these pages, very, very cute, but to highlight the behavior management in the classroom. Social emotional learning is really a way of life. It is the culture and climate of a school, including relationships between teachers, families, children, and administrators. It is the belief that children have the right to a caring and nurturing environment in the school. Social emotional learning is the foundation that all members of the school community buy into through core values and community building. And you can see the children and administrators and teachers in these pictures really demonstrate a strong relationship. So, as a network, we have recognized the importance of SEL in our schools and community, and we have a lot of resources to support SEL in the classroom. We have assessments that we use to measure teacher-child interactions, including Tier 1 teacher observations, which measure teacher interactions with children in the classroom, such as praise, encouragement, directives, pre-corrections, and reprimands. We also measure Tier 1 student observations, and these measure the child behavior in the classroom. We also use the class and our own created quality indicator tools to measure classroom quality, and that gets into teacher-child and child-to-child relationships in the classroom. We have a positive behavior rating scale, which teachers use to rate children's positive behaviors in the classroom and then work towards those goals. We have the ECR developmental assessment, which is a social emotional learning observational assessment for toddlers. And we use all of these tools to really support coaching and skill-based instruction for kids. We also have a lot of curricular supports in the classroom. So we've developed social emotional standards that teachers use. We have lessons that go with all of those standards. I think on the screen here you can see identifying emotions, controlling strong emotions. This is actually a read aloud. And you can see in the right corner we have developed a series of social emotional books that are embedded in the curriculum and have lessons surrounding them. So a lot of supports for teachers for social emotional learning. So we're going to be talking about these big buckets of SEL that we need to really look at as a team and where our gaps are and where we need to really do some heavy lifting. Right now, our tools and resources and energy have really been focused mainly on the bottom two circles. These include teaching strategies, coaching, and assessments. And we can polish these a bit more once we go through the other circles to ensure everything aligns. We are currently working with Dr. Tim Kirby at George Mason University to revise all of our social emotional learning standards for kids and to choose what's essential for 3 and 4-year-olds before they leave for kindergarten. We're really excited about this work, and we will be sharing more along the way and having a streamlined rollout of these in our September meeting. If you are interested in seeing our work so far, we'd be happy to share and collaborate with you on that. So the top two circles, and arguably are the most important circles, are really what is missing from our network. And that's really what we're going to be focusing on the next few slides and over the course of the next year. And really what our whole group in this room will need. We will need your input and buy-in and support. So I'm going to pause a little bit because you might be asking, okay, we're talking about social emotional learning. What about all of these other skills that we know that our children need to learn before they go to kindergarten? And yes, these skills are still important, We still want to give children the foundational phonological awareness skills before they go to kindergarten, so that they are ready to beginning to learn to read. And many of our children, do learn to read before they leave our program, though that is not our main goal. We will still have high standards for kids. We will still support teachers in differentiating and having small groups and making sure kids get what they need. We are really trying to focus more on social emotional learning because we know that research says that social emotional learning does support academics. And there's a lot of research out there to support it, specifically in early childhood classrooms. Social emotional learning in preschool really has the potential to impact children's long-term academic success and classroom adjustment. And if we think about approaches to learning, do they enjoy being in school? Is it a warm and safe environment? Are they building relationships with other adults and peers? These are all things that we need to focus more on. And we also know that children's social emotional skills influence teacher evaluations and perceptions of children, not only their behaviors, but their attitudes, approaches to learning, and their general academic readiness for kindergarten. And finally, the last bit of research I'll share with you is a study out of the University of Chicago. I found that K through 12 children who participated in a social emotional learning program demonstrated an 11 percentile point gain in academics compared to their peers. So there really is research to support that this should be a main focus of ours, specifically in the early childhood classroom. As many of these children are coming to us for the first time. So we want to make sure that they have a positive outlook on school. So here are some core social emotional learning beliefs that I wanted to share with you just to make sure that we're all approaching it from the same lens. So number one is all children have the right to a nurturing and caring environment. All educators are responsible for supporting this environment for all children. And all leaders demonstrate and enforce a nurturing culture and climate for all children and educators. And you can see the key word here is all. It really does take a whole school community to make this work well. So we'll be talking about these core values or core SEL beliefs in a little bit. So whatever your acronym is, I know different schools have different ways of, making it fun for kids and teachers to talk about SEL. So whether your acronym is DREAM or SAFE or CARE or have the 4 R's or STARS, all of these acronyms really should be rooted in core values. And this is where you come in. We really can't do this without you. Leaders play a critical role in transforming and supporting social emotional learning in the school climate and culture. The first way to really support this transformation is to lead with courage, lead with vision and courage. Changing your mindset to social emotional learning and less focus on academics is not easy and takes a lot of courage and a strong conviction. You will get pushback from teachers and be challenged. And just remember that data and research is on your side, as well as, just the children. Keeping the children at the heart of everything that we do and talk about is the most important. Second is to really integrate this SEL framework school-wide. So surrounding yourself with a variety of people and roles that will support this effort and will be champions for SEL in your school. Aligning our tools, core values, and programs to SEL core values will be critical. And third is to implement with integrity. So having a roadmap and framework to work from and write in a cycle of continuous improvement so that you can evaluate and adjust along the way is also very important. So the next steps for us, giving that transformative leadership and where we need to go. There are 3 critical things that I believe we should invest time and resources in as a school community. Number 1 is a shared vision. So forming a working group with teachers and leaders, many of us in this room, and really taking a stance on social emotional learning. In order for this to be successful, there has to be buy-in on every level and not just seen as something else that we have to do during the school day, but really integrated into everything we do. Developing a SEL framework and ensuring that all current programs align with that framework. And that goes back to that circle. So really taking a step back and focusing on what our core beliefs are, what our framework is. And this is important because social emotional learning should happen throughout the school day and be really a key part of everything we do. And thirdly is to align programs so that everyone is on the same page and knows what the vision is. So you might be thinking, okay, this is great, but I might be getting pushback. And one of the pushbacks that you might get from stakeholders or higher leadership is cost. What is this going to cost us? And so I wanted to share a data point with you that you could take back. And analysis by Columbia University found that the return on investment for SEL was $11 for every dollar invested in social emotional learning. So that's pretty powerful. So if you need to take this back and you're going to get pushback on budget, and the working group will probably come up with some solutions to that as well, but this is something that you can have in your pocket. And I really just wanted to say thank you so much for your time. This is really just the start for us. I look forward to discussing the importance of social emotional learning further with you in the days to come. And I'll be sending out a survey to see who is interested in being part of the working group. Please feel free to include teachers, key staff at your school, and we will bring together a solid group to share resources and collaborate to make this happen. I also wanted to share the references with you. If you're interested in reading any of the research that was mentioned, please feel free, and I can share any PDFs that I have if you're interested in learning more. So thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you.